Hi folks, here is a quick video on the course reflection. It's due on the 8th by midnight, should be 2 pages, double spaced, 12-point font, about 500 words. It's 150 points. I'm going to go over this as quickly as I can, and then if you guys have questions, please email me or message me on Remind. So the purpose of this assignment is to give you an opportunity to reflect on your learning throughout the semester. Um, if you want to, you're more than welcome to use I statements in this, and you're welcome to turn this into a story, which is what a lot of my students do, is they'll kind of use a narrative arc that has a beginning and a middle and an end, and says like, oh, when I started the semester, I was interested in this and curious about this. In the middle of the semester, we talked about this and this, and that was confusing to me, or I did like it or didn't like it or whatever. And then now at the end of the semester, looking back, I see my experiences as, right, whatever you see your experiences as, okay? And then you'll kind of basically explain what you've learned. So I encourage you guys to use your journal entries and discussion board posts for this, which is not to say you should copy and paste them together. Do not copy and paste them together. What I want you to do is quote from your journal entries and discussion board posts if you want to reference specific events, text assignments, or moments in the semester when you learned something valuable or when you develop new ideas. And you guys have done like such an amazing job over the semester kind of analyzing your own experience as readers. And so many of you have come up with like really intriguing and even poetic descriptions of your own experience with these texts that I think it would be absolutely worth your time to go back through and find some quotes in your own writings from the semester. And then for your citation, it would just be um, uh, Journal 2 or Discussion Board 15 or whatever, right? So definitely think about that. It's not required. It is encouraged though, because I think it'll make it a stronger reflection. And by the time you're done with your reflection, it should cover these points, right? What did you learn about literary genres? Did you develop a new or different appreciation for a specific genre? If so, why? Which genre did you find the most useful or accessible in terms of the class? Why did that genre work better for you? Was it easier to understand? Easier to analyze? Did you find that you simply enjoyed it more than other genres? Right? And so this is a question that can be as simple as like, I really don't like the way that Poe writes, and I find his syntax to be stilted or overly flowery or whatever. And so, like, that type of writing did not appeal to me and kind of distanced me from the suspense of the text, right? Or alternatively, like, I really liked it for those exact same reasons. Um, I just want you to think about the text you liked or didn't like and kind of explain why you didn't like them or why you did like them or why they affected you the way that they affected you. And that's kind of like a way to start thinking about genre and to think about your experiences with specific genres because we've covered magical realism, fantasy, folklore, horror, uh, science fiction. We've gone over a whole bunch of stuff in this course so far. Um, and different genres appeal to different people for specific reasons. And so I want you to think about the themes, the genres, and your experience of those themes and genres and kind of talk about what was effective for you and why. And then what concepts or themes did you find most interesting or enlightening? Right? Did a specific text make you think about a concept or theme differently? Did the theoretical aspects of the course, right? So objection, the uncanny value, uncanny valley. Sorry, that's a typo. Did those make you reconsider your responses to these texts or to your own life? And then look at the student learning outcomes for the course, and those are in the syllabus and also down here, and explain how you work to achieve those outcomes. So, A, be able to demonstrate content knowledge, major themes, and literary devices, right? That would be like talking about, for instance, we talked about the epistolary format a little bit, talking about like content knowledge in terms of like what influenced the book, right? Major themes. So we talked about creation, we talked about dehumanization, we talked about, actually like social responsibility. We talked about a lot about morals and about um, gender and class and citizenship, right? So we've talked about a lot of stuff in this course, and that basically is major themes that are appearing in these texts in specific ways, right? And then be able to find and apply contextual information. So a lot of you have done research on Mary Shelley and the history and sort of like personal context of that text, as well as S.G. Brown. We talked about Beloved and about the kind of like story behind Beloved and the kind of historical truths behind Beloved. That is contextual information. Um, and then for C, right, every time you guys go and get scholarly research on a piece or on a theme, and then you use it in your journals to explain, right, like this is what I would say about this text, and here is some research to support my claims or to support my questions, even. That is using primary and secondary sources to participate in the discussion, right? So that is this assignment. If you have questions, let me know. Um, and if you want me to look at it ahead of time, right? If you want me to look at a draft to make sure you're doing it right, please let me know and I will do that. You'd need to send it to me like 3 days before its due date, probably. But even if it's sooner than that, like just let me know, okay? And I'll see what I can do. So good luck with that and get a hold of me if you have trouble.